Hello aspirants, welcome to Academy of Civil Service. From our previous videos, you might have got a gist of how to tackle with GS1 and GS2. In today's video, let us learn some basic strategies of dealing with GS3 paper 4. But before that, I would hereby like to make a big announcement in which Academy of Civil Service for the very first time is going to evaluate your mains answers completely in SMS. So don't miss it, grab the opportunities and register yourself right now. Now you might be wondering what are the subjects that are included in GS3 paper 4 or what are the weightage of the subjects. So if you look at the trends based on the APSC previous year mains question paper, then you will see maximum questions have been asked from Indian economy, followed by ecology and environment, then followed by disaster management, then you can see certain questions from security and few questions have been asked from science. Now the point is, Indian economy, ecology, environment, science, these are something which we have already learned the basics for understanding the prelims or for tackling with the prelims. But there are two very important subjects which are completely new for us and we need to learn it freshly exclusively for mains. What are they? They are disaster management and security in India. And this is why we are bringing up a strategy of how to deal with the entire paper of GS3. If you look at the first strategy is, of course, we need to know the syllabus. Syllabus, a detailed syllabus of each and every subjects are very, very important. So if you look at the syllabus, you can see issues which are related to planning under Indian economy. Planning holds a very important point. Similarly, resources, mobilization of resources, how resources are being mobilized, each and everything in detailed manner we need to learn. Similarly, employment, growth, development, all these concepts are very important and we need to go in a detailed manner. Then you can see inclusive growth. This is one of the most popular as well as very important topic which we need to focus as an inclusive growth. Similarly, budget is another very important point. Infrastructure, investment models you can see. Similarly, you can see certain topics related to subsidies, farm subsidies, as agriculture holds an important syllabus under GS3. Similarly, food processing, supply chain management, MSP, all these major crops, their irrigation, transportation, each and everything holds an important point under the main syllabus of GS3 under Indian economy. Next, apart from Indian economy, you can see certain important topics which are included from science and tech, environment and disaster management are as follows. Indigenization of technology, development of technology, be it biotechnology, nanotechnology, space technology. Today, science is giving us the maximum benefit. We are dealing with one another today only because of science. So, application of technology is the most important point which you cannot ignore for mains perspective. Similarly, under environment, conservation of biodiversity, environmental impact assessment, then you can see environmental pollution, be it plastic pollution, be it e-waste generation. So all the different types of pollution, their management, what are the efforts taken up by the government of India, how globally all the countries are taking up several efforts to deal with all these problems. Climate change is another major point. What are the initiatives taken up by our government as well as at the global level to tackle with the problem of climate change are an important topics for the main syllabus of environment. Next, the very important point, that is disasters. Every one of us know there are several natural disasters and most importantly, India, more particularly Assam, is affected by flood. This is exactly happening now, right? You can see heavy rainfalls we are experiencing even now. So flood is one of the most important natural disaster that Assam as well as the mainland of India can face. Apart from flood, there are several other disasters as for example, earthquake. For this year, earthquake can be an important topic, so please don't ignore the topic of earthquake. As we have seen, Syria, Turkey, they have faced several trauma related to earthquake, and there are certain news which are coming up that our Himalayan belt is another vulnerable region which can be affected by high seismic earthquake. So all the different disasters as well as their management. So if flood comes, if earthquake comes, if there are drought, what will you do? How will you prepare yourself? How mitigation can be done? Each and everything in a detailed manner we will have to learn from mains perspective. Then comes another very important as well as a new subject, that is security. Under security, it's a very interesting subject in which we will have to learn about extremism, their linkages with terrorism, whether extremists and terrorists, whether they are same, they are different, if yes, if they are different, how they are different, what are their relations, what are their linkages, how they are affecting the internal security of our country. Each and everything we will have to learn in detailed manner. Then you can see the role of communication, social media today in order to deliver the problems of security. See, each and everywhere nowadays social media is playing the most important role in hampering the internal security. How and why? Each and everything. This is where you will see a linkage of science, a linkage of technology with internal security. Similarly, here automatically the basics of cyber security comes up. Money laundering, black money, everything is a part of internal security, right? And then various security forces and agencies and their mandates. For understanding internal security, how to tackle, what the government has done to tackle with the problem of internal security, how government has employed certain forces. We need to learn in details regarding the forces which have been employed for tackling the problem of internal security. Again, coming back to the agenda of GS3 preparation. So this was the syllabus in gist. After syllabus, a very important point that you need to focus is the current affairs. See, my dear aspirants, don't think that current affairs, we have learned current affairs for prelims, it's enough. No, it's not like that. Current affair holds the most important role for the paper for GS3, because be it economy, be it disaster management, be it science and tech, environment, each and every subject is related to current affair. And this is the reason for which you need to keep yourself updated, as well as you need to go through the editorials from where you can collect certain points which you can include for your proper mains answer writing. After current affair, the last but not the least, this is a strategy which we need to follow, be it in prelims, be it in mains, that's the previous year questions. The importance of previous year questions. Previous year questions gives us a trend regarding the focus areas. What are the areas that we need to focus? And of course, this new APSC syllabus, after its change, we have only got an experience of 1 year. But of course, along with the previous year APSC PYQs, you should also focus on the UPSC PYQs, because if you go through the previous year UPSC previous year questions, you will easily determine, you will easily understand which are the focus areas, which are the areas from where majority of the questions are being asked. Maximum weightage can be given in your answers based on that perspective. And from that perspective, I would like to show you two questions which was asked previously in APSC mains. One question is related to the possible effects of large-scale hydroelectric projects. So what are hydroelectric projects? Hydroelectric projects or dams, we have already discussed in details in previous in our prelims perspective. So hydroelectric projects or dams, you need to clearly understand what are large-scale hydroelectric project and what are small-scale hydroelectric project, what are medium-scale hydroelectric project, what differences each and every one of them place. So what are the advantages of this large-scale hydroelectric project? You need to know. What are the disadvantages of large-scale hydroelectric projects? You need to know. Hereby, I would like to give you a very good example of the Subansiri hydropower project, right? You might have seen, you might have witnessed, people are, raising their voices against this Subansiri hydroelectric power project. Why? What are the problems? You can think and you can comment it down in our comment section below. And if instead of large scale hydropower project, if we bring small scale or medium scale, what will be the advantages or disadvantages? In the question itself, you can see, write a critical note on having the possibilities of having small scale and medium scale projects in place of large scale one. So when we use the term critical note, it doesn't only means advantages. Here, if large scale hydropower projects are replaced by small scale or medium scale hydropower projects, what will be the advantages and what will be the disadvantages? You need to write them properly. And finally, based on your answer, you can give a proper conclusion to that. Similarly, there is another question from the chapter security, internal security. You can see, name the organizations that constitute the Central Armed Police Forces, CAPF. You might have heard of CAPF. The Assam Rifles, the CISF, Indo-Tibetan Police Force are included under CAPF. Then in this way, BSF are also a part of CAPF. So all this will come under the part. CAPF constitutes the following: Assam Rifles, BSF, and so on. And what are the roles played by each and every one of them? BSF is having some different role if you compare it with CISF. Similarly, Assam Rifles will be having some different roles with BSF. So you need to know them carefully, their importance, their roles, each one of them in a detailed manner. So these are the things which we will deal under the main syllabus. If you are our existing students, don't forget to follow up our classes. And if someone is thinking of yet to enroll yourself, do it ASAP and let's crack APSC mains together. Thank you.